Welcome back to Chimera Gaming, you guys, and for those of you who are new, welcome to Chimera Gaming. Today, we're going to go over a new mission that just dropped for Chouji, called Chouji's Awakening. This allows you to unlock Butterfly Chouji, a character that's been a long time coming, to be perfectly honest. So, the mission requirements for this mission are very simple. Just win 4 times in a row with Chouji, and win 4 times in a row with Jirobo. So, we are now at Chunin level, which means we have access to a few characters that we've unlocked during, the whole process. And so the characters I want to talk about are Chouji, Konohamaru, which I did cover in a video, and Shikamaru S. I did cover Shikamaru S in an older video, however, the requirements are essentially the same, so there's no real reason to cover it more recently. With that being said, however, I want this team, Chouji, Konohamaru, and Shikamaru, is considered a meta team because of how they work. Basically, let's go over the characters really quick, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Basically, it revolves around Shikamaru's Expert Analysis, which costs no chakra, has a cooldown of 2, but the skill itself lasts about 3 turns, so there's nothing to worry about there. Then, if they use a skill, they're unable to reduce damage and become invulnerable, and are invulnerable to all helpful, counter, and reflex skills. And then the skill is also invisible, so if they use, say, a healing skill or something like that, they'll immediately be unable to reduce damage and become invulnerable. With that, it combos in with Konohamaru's Rasengan. Konohamaru's Rasengan deals 25 damage for a random. However, if they use a new skill, doesn't matter if it's healing or not, they get dealt an additional 15, which comes out to 40 damage for 1 random and a cooldown of 1. That's not bad. The cooldown of 1 isn't a big deal because Konohamaru also has a counter skill, which activates. It stays on Konohamaru indefinitely up until he's hit with a skill, and then counters that skill. Has to be non-mental, though. However, that does cover a lot of skills. With that being said, we also have Chouji, who is our hard hitter. He has the Akamichi pills, which boosts his damage. He obviously takes some damage, but that's okay. Because more than likely, most characters are going to be dead with the combination of Expert Analysis, Rasengan, and then whatever move you decide to throw out, be Meat Tank or partial expansion, or partial double size. Now, with that being said, a healing skill. It revives a dead ally if they drop to 0. So if they drop to 0, they immediately get healed 15. However, this skill is not indefinite. It only lasts until the following turn. So if you're afraid, Chouji's going to die or Shikamaru's going to die, Konohamaru can easily, set the skill up. They won't die, and you can take your next turn as if nothing happened. The second team I want to talk about is Chouji, Sakura, and Ino. This team is beginner friendly. You can use it early. I've used this early to unlock Jirobo, which you need to win 4 times in a row. You have 2 stunners. You have Chouji, who is the spike, and then you have Sakura, who is healing. And then, like Shikamaru, as also has the ability to make certain characters unable to reduce damage or become invulnerable. I'll talk about the Jirobo teams, but I want to showcase the Chouji, Shikamaru, and Konohamaru team first because that team will probably get you through the first half of the mission fairly quickly. So I'll see you guys in the game. And here we go in game, folks. I'll be able to showcase this team now. I'm very excited to use it and unlock Butterfly Chouji. It looks like they're going for a similar method using Jirobo. They're also Genin rank, so this probably tells me that they're probably going for Butterfly Chouji. Nothing to worry here. Konohamaru, Kankuro, and Shikamaru are probably the biggest threats because they deal so much damage for low cost. So more than anything, we'll try and get Kankuro out of the way since he costs literally nothing in terms of chakra. He can use whatever chakra he wants. It's also going to be the first turn, so I'm expecting preparations from both these characters because they are preparation-heavy characters. So, here we go. As I said, We're going to see Shikamaru start doing stuff. I'm going to start doing stuff. So I'm going to set up with Meat Tank and also Expert Analysis and Rasengan. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the Genjutsu because more than likely Shikamaru is going to... Here we go. Like I said, he used Expert Analysis, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use Pills. I'm going to use the backflip, and I'm actually going to hit with Shadow Sowing to make sure that he's dead altogether. So I'm going to pull those pills forward. As you know, that helps out. And he dies. Gone. That's how this team is insanely good. That's a character that took 2 turns. 2 turns for setup. Now we got the Konohamaru backflip going. That way, if they decide to use any AoE or anything like that, we can start countering that, and then start going in with another Expert Analysis and things like that. He got... So I'm going to Rasengan, smack him around a bit, and then I am going to... Do I want to do this? I could set this up, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to dodge. I think dodging is perfect here. It allows us to save a chakra for the next turn, and that's okay. So, Kankuro, if he uses a skill next turn, which I'm fairly certain he will, he's already in range to get killed. Honestly, that's all it takes. It takes 25 damage, and they're already in kill range. Because of the Rasengan, because of the Shadow Sowing, which deals 35 damage. And so, because of this, I'm going to use this, and I'm actually going to hit Kankuro with Expert Analysis. And I think that should be good. Let's see what happens. There we go. So now if Kankuro becomes invulnerable, he will actually not become invulnerable because of Expert Analysis. Shikamaru is so deadly, so scary. And then we see the Expert Analysis kick in. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do... Actually, I'm just going... I don't want pills. I don't want pills. I want to... Yes, actually, I do want pills. There we go. I'm going to pull those pills forward. And I'm going to spend both my ninjutsu chakra. And there we go. Pretty sure I'm invulnerable to this at the moment, and that's okay. I still have Expert Analysis up. And I do have a counter up in case Jirobo tries to deal any more damage. Also, if I have to, I can quick recovery Chouji and set him up for the following turn. And there we are. I'm going to set up Chouji. Actually, I'm going to do this and make Chouji invulnerable. He spent chakra that he didn't have to the turn prior, and now I get the feeling he's going to go in with Kankuro, and because of that, Expert Analysis is going to kick in, and Konohamaru Rasengan will kick in. And there we are. He didn't do anything, however, now we are going to beat down this guy. We're just going to wipe him out, to be honest. He can't do anything. Look at all that damage. And he can't use physical or range, which is what Jirobo is entirely. And I will... Long range. Actually, let's just win this game. We're going to exchange the chakra. Go for the taijutsu and just win this game out. If I didn't do this, the turn just would have played out. So, there we go. And there's our first win out of the 4. Team's very simple, easy to use, and basically it'll get you done with the first half of the mission. So, moving on to Jirobo. For Jirobo, we have Jirobo, Haku, and Ouroboros. This team is a stun AoE team because Jirobo does do 20 AoE damage for a taijutsu and a random. And then if our Hat Fist was used the turn before, it'll deal 5 additional. Our Hat Fist deals 30 damage to a single enemy. And during his 20 AoE damage, that also gets bumped up to an additional 30. So you can do 20 damage to all enemies for a taijutsu and a random, and then do 40 damage to a single enemy the following turn, dealing about 60 damage for a taijutsu and a random. He also does have a chakra stealing move for two ninjutsu and a random, because it gives all of his allies 35 destructible defense while also stealing chakra, and that skill will not end unless that destructible defense is broken. Moving on to Haku. Haku is a bloodline and ninjutsu user who can also do AoE damage if you set up his demonic mirroring ice crystals. It makes him invulnerable for 3 turns, and then all of his skills are AoE. Acupuncture, one of Haku's skills for a ninjutsu, will stun one enemy for 1 turn. However, if demonic mirroring ice crystals is in use, it targets all. And then flying water needles of death deals 30 damage to an enemy. However, if it is used with demonic mirroring ice crystals, it is AoE damage, and that is no cooldown on that skill, by the way. Acupuncture does have a cooldown of 1. Moving on to Ouroboros, I've used him in the past. I've showed you teams with him regarding the Shigure mission. He makes himself invulnerable to mental and physical skills for 3 turns, and he can stun physical and mental skills for a single turn for 1 genjutsu and 1 random. However, during Haze clones, it only costs a genjutsu and targets all enemies. Exploding Kunai deals 15 to all enemies. However, during Haze clones, it only costs 1 random instead of the 2. However, it is no cooldown. So, the second team I want to talk about is Jirobo Zaku Tayuya. Sorry, I have these in order for me. And we talked about Jirobo. 30 damage to an enemy, 20 AoE damage. They buff each other, and stealing chakra and giving destructible defense. Zaku, we've also talked about in the past. 25 damage to a single enemy. Does have a counter skill for the first non-harmful mental skill, and that skill is invisible. And then we have Tayuya. Tayuya is new. She is a genjutsu user like Ouroboros. She deals 15 damage to all enemy for 2 turns for a genjutsu and a random. However, the following 2 turns, Tayuya will also have 10 points of damage reduction, and during this time, Demonic Flute Phantom Wave can be used. So, Demonic Flute Phantom Wave is a 10 affliction skill for 1 random, and then it removes 1 random chakra, so it steals more chakra. Her and Jirobo together will be able to steal 2 chakras per turn if both their skills are up. And then Tayuya also has a stun, and it stuns all non-mental skills for 1 turn for a random and a genjutsu. So, I personally like the Jirobo, Haku, Ouroboros team because we can stun for longer periods of time and kind of get chakra and then just go all out and just reduce the team to ashes. So that's the team I'll be showcasing, and I'll see you guys in game. So here we are going in game against Zabuza, Naruto S, and Curse-Sealed Sasuke. Most of these characters we'll be covering soon, like Curse-Sealed Sasuke. Zabuza won't be till Missing Ninja, so we still have 1 rank to go. Zabuza is a character that can make your skills cost 1 more random, which can be annoying, especially for our particular team. And Curse-Sealed Sasuke is just a character that is very much spike heavy. So when Zabuza's Hidden Mist is up, the one that makes our skills cost an additional random, that can actually prove to be very annoying considering most of our skills are AoE and are kind of cost heavy. So we want to try and get him at least stunned or out of the way, or just something to the effect of him not being able to do much at all. Curse-Sealed Sasuke deals crazy high damage for low cost. He can actually make himself cost less and things like that. During hit and misses, I was able to also be able to deal 45 piercing damage that ignores invulnerability, which can be annoying. He's already going in, so I'm going to start with Haze Clones because I think that's our best option currently. I'm going to get rid of the Taijutsu because I want to save the Bloodline, or the red, and hopes to get demonic mirroring ice mirrors. Then after this, I'm hoping to get at least a Genjutsu so I can start getting Earth Swim set up. So we are able to get demonic ice mirror up, and he actually does cast the hidden mist, which is annoying. So I'm gonna just exploding kunai because at least it'll only cost me one Genjutsu. I did not realize he used corrupt Chidori on me. That was actually a complete waste. Whoops. So let's try this again. Is that permanent? Oh, it ends this turn. So I get the feeling I'm just going to do like this. And actually, I'm not going to do anything. I can't really do anything with this turn. That's unfortunate. That hidden mist is actually super annoying right now. Yep, and there's the mass shadow clones that I was expecting. Oh, it's also called Soundless Murder. So that's actually annoying. And we're not dealing any damage at this point, so that was completely useless. I'll do what I can here. Durable can't do anything. I'm just gonna deal damage. Oop. There we go. And I'm gonna just pay the Genjutsu. Pay the Genjutsu. Try and get some damage off here. Acupuncture will be able to be used next turn. I'm hoping to use that the following turn and try and get things set up for myself. More than likely, Ouroboros. There's Ouroboros. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stun. And actually remove the stun off me. With Acupuncture. Acupuncture is really nice. So now I'm no longer taking that 55 damage that Sasuke actually would have had set up for me the following turn. And the following turn I can also set up Flying Water Needles and get Sasuke out of here. And then it'll just be these two. So here we go. I'm going to Earth Mausoleum and then kill Sasuke. Since we don't need the Genjutsu anymore, since Ouroboros not here, we can actually do this. And there we go. Now, if we end up getting the Bloodline or the Taijutsu, we can actually kill another enemy using Flying Water Needles or R-Half. And there we go, we actually won the game because we killed one of their high-dealing characters. If Zabuza dies, then it's just Naruto, and Naruto's good, but he's not good on his own. He actually is a combo-heavy character, so keep that in mind. So, with that being said, I give this mission mission complete. We'll be finishing it out off-screen because I don't want to take up too much of your time. The last few videos I did do that. It stretched on forever, so I don't want to take up any more of the time that you guys have and keep this video any longer than it needs to be. So, I thank you all for watching, and as always, goodbye.